Hello everyone, my name is Denise, and this is just a introduction of me, and my intention is to connect with anybody that relates with me, or I just kind of want to see what's out there. And I'm not trying to be like some big YouTube star. I just I'm on a spiritual journey, and I think there's a lot of other people that are doing the same thing, and I would like to connect with you guys and learn from you, and you can learn from me, etc. So, introduction to me. First, I'm gonna sage so I can clear the space. Not sure if you know about sage, but you can remove negative energy. And my lighter sucks. Yeah. And it's a Saturday night for me, so I'm quarantined with disco lights in my bedroom. Having a good old time. Oh, there it goes, finally. Okay, so I'm just gonna smudge you because I've already smudged myself. Smudged my bedroom, but here's a little smudgy for you. Help you relax and remove all that negative energy, right? Always go behind you, in the back, all the chakras, and all the little hidden spots, right? Okay. So, put in my little abalone shell. I actually have like black tourmaline in here. I don't know if you could see. Woo! See? Black tourmaline. So, where should I put this? Okay. So, sorry, that was loud. Oh, this is my smudging fan. I made this in class. So, when you want to like do spiritual work, you should always work with the elements. So the way we do that is feathers represents air, and then fire to burn the sage, and then the conch, the seashell, abalone shell, represents water, and the sage bundle represents earth. So we have all the elements to do the cleansing. So it's important to have all that together. So that's just to clear your space. Before you do anything, you should always clear your space. Anything that you had the day before or earlier, if there was like an argument or something, you want to remove that negative energy, and that's what sage does. It removes it, and then you can start fresh. Hope that makes sense. So, about me. So, since I was a kid, I have always been, like on my own, kind of like a loner, but yet a leader. Kind of weird, I guess. Always did whatever I wanted to do. Didn't really care what people thought about me. I would go to school wearing clogs and green socks and a fur coat or my ice skating outfit to school. And it was just like, everyone's like, what the hell are you wearing? I'm like, or I wear one peacock earring. I never cared what people thought. Anyways, so I was very motivated my whole life. And so when I had my spiritual awakening, I was with my ex-boyfriend, and he went to jail, and it broke my heart. And I had to learn to appreciate the little things. And I just appreciated the green in the grass and just was so hopeful. And I became very connected to nature. It was weird. It was like I can feel them, like we were the same thing. Like I realized we are all one. I mean, I've always, as a child, stuck up for, any kids that got picked on. I was always there, making sure they had a buddy or whatever. So they say that, like, when you have your awakening, it's kind of like you might feel like your whole life got, let's say, broken down. And then it really means that you're being rerouted. So God is, you want to call it God or intelligence or whatever you believe in, takes you and it uproots you. And you have to start all over. But it's a good thing, And so yeah, I had to visit him on the weekends and just be thankful every day. And I took a Reiki class because I come from a family of healers, and it was the closest thing to healing, because when I was a child, I loved to massage people. And this one time my mom, she wasn't feeling well, and so I was massaging her back, and I was saying, please God, please help my mom, make her feel better. And then my mom turned around and she was like, where's the iron? Where's the iron? Like, you put the iron on my back. And I was just like, I'm a little girl. So I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, Mom. And then after that, they're like, oh, she has the healing hands. So, that's when I was a kid, and I totally forgot about that. And growing up, I've always been like, I was a figure skater, took dance classes, gymnastics. I competed in dance, was the captain of the drill team. We were national champions, so that was my thing. Dancing, and I performed all over, and as a dancer, I performed, and I got my degree as a choreographer. And so I was very entertainment business. So to go from entertainment to this whole spiritual thing is just it was in me, but I kind of closed it off because growing up, I always saw ghosts and they always scared me. So I was always like, shut it off. You know, I don't want to see it. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to know about it, you know. And so I closed off that side of me. And I wasn't taught religion, so I didn't know about angels. And so until I took a Reiki class while my ex was in jail, that kind of opened this whole new world, and learned about angels. And so a lot of times I always thought like this thing that I hear, this scary thing that I feel, this thing I see, like seeing, I can see my peripheral vision, like this, there's something right here, and you can feel it. Like I'm very sensitive to energy, feeling wise. I'm clairsentient, and so it's like it's right there. And so yeah, I would close it off because I've had lots of ghost experiences, and I'm just like, I didn't want anything to do with it. And then I found out later that some of those experiences were probably angels, but I couldn't differentiate it because I was just so scared. And now I know what's angels, what's not. And I mean, I'm still learning, you know, still growing. And I took the class, and it changed my world. So I highly recommend it. I'm not teaching it, so it's not like I'm trying to make money off of this, but if you can take a class where you can heal yourself and you can heal others, I mean, to me, it's like a no-brainer. And so I took the class, and so I had my spiritual awakening. Like, I mean, my Kundalini woke up. That I don't recommend for everybody. I know there's all this yoga stuff where they're like, awaken your Kundalini. Let's waken the Kundalini. And it's like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Waking up your Kundalini is not... Sorry. Waking up your Kundalini is not the best thing ever. It's not. It's scary. And I recommend, if you want to do that, you should at least have someone nearby that can be there for you. My Kundalini awakening, let me take a sip of this. Where did this stone come from? It looks like a snowflake. Is it obsidian? Snowflake? This stone just came out of nowhere. Like, oh no, it fell from the black tourmaline. Okay, yeah, it's a snowflake obsidian. Okay, my bad. I was like, where did this stone come from? Anyways. Okay, my awakening. Alright. Well, okay, I was laying in bed, and I can see something above me. I just thought it was my angels, and it looked like it was doing this to me. Like there's this thing going like that. You know, this energy force. And I was like, oh yes, you know, do that to me. Feels great. Do it. And then all of a sudden, something grabs something in my gut, and it just like goes, and it's holding it there, and I'm just sitting there going, you know, like, because I'm in pain, and then it starts pulling on it, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, can you stop? Like, what the hell? I thought you were an angel. Like, why am I going through pain? So it starts pulling, and then I'm just sitting there praying for it to stop, and it lets go. It lets, yeah. And then I get up, and I sit there for a second, and I'm just like, something's not right. And I start freaking out. And no, I didn't have these lights before, so don't say, oh, you're probably freaking out because you have these lights in the background. No, that's not what happened. So I started sensing things. I started seeing things. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? What's that? You know, like, I was things. I could see things more clearly. And I go to my mom. I wake her up, and I'm like, Mom, I think I'm going crazy. Like, I'm seeing things. Like, I was shaking, and I couldn't stop shaking. And she's been through this before, and so she was like, oh my gosh, I know, you know, like, I've been through this. And so she made me tea to ground me. And I was like tripping. I was just like shaking. And I just was like, you know, freaking out. And so she had to hold me. And I had to sit on the floor. I was like, I have to sit on the floor. This is like, and so she made me like 3 or 4 cups of tea. She was holding me, trying to ground me. And I started feeling better, and I had to sleep in the living room. Even though I was seeing things, I was just like, and so pretty much I was in, the dimensions were starting to blend, and so it was like even more, you know, and the Kundalini was, it woke up because the blocks were probably pushed through or something, and so energy was flowing. And I mean, I know when I started doing Reiki for people, when I started doing like real Reiki for my grandma, because she had cancer, they told me, they were like, look, you're gonna, where's the tissue box? Because when the energy flows, the liquids, like, it's just, you're gonna cry, you're gonna snot, like, it's not gonna be pretty. And I had no idea, but they were right. I was doing a healing, and it was just like, I was crying, snot was going down, but the energy flowing from here and going down, because my hands were up in the air like this, but my head, the energy was pushing down, and it pushed down all the way down till I hit the pillow in my lap. And I was crying so hard. It was crazy. It was crazy. But it was flushing through, you know. Energy was pushing through. So, and then of course, every month I had the craziest migraines. It would hurt so bad, I would have to throw up all the time because it hurt so much. And it was just, you know, pushing those energy blocks through. And I'm sorry, can you hear my crystals clacking? I'm so sorry. yeah, so anyways, I can talk about petrified wood, medallions, I can talk about merkabas, amethyst, stones, oils, you know, what they can do for you, improve your life. I'm just all about improving your life. Spiritually, holistically, naturally. But that is the way, that is how I had to wake up again, because I got so caught up in the entertainment world that I had to get moved from LA to Orange County by the ocean, and you know, dancing wasn't working. When it doesn't work and you keep pushing, even though you're good at it, it means it's done, you know. And my purpose is to just kind of be like, what do you want me to do now, God? What do you want me to do? You know, just help people. And I talk to people all the time, every day, and try to help them, but maybe this is an outlet that I can connect with you guys, and we can connect and be on the same level, and you know, learn from each other. You know, I'm also into crystal grids. I don't know if you can see. This is my rose quartz crystal grid on the Flower of Life. So, here's my selenite. My archangel. So yeah, that's me, and that's just a little part of me. I'm just talking, but if you guys have anything to talk about, you know, I only thought of doing Reiki because I come from a family of healers. I am part Hawaiian, and my great-grandmother was a healer, and so was like all the women in my family. My grandma's a healer, my mom is too, and my grandma on my other side is a psychic. So it's like, you know, you can learn from your roots or your family, or you know, you just pay attention. You gotta, you know, be open. And if you're watching me, you're probably open, because I'm freaking weird as hell. You're probably an alien just like me, and you're probably a star child, or you're probably Palladium, or you're from some star, you know. Just yeah, we won't get into that. That's a whole nother story. It's a whole nother thing. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to talk about. And just keep making videos and talk about whatever, you know, like 5G or crystals or meditation, mudras. So yeah, it was nice meeting you guys, and hopefully I wasn't too boring. It's gonna be almost 25 minutes of me yapping my little butt off, but that's me. My name is Demi C, and it was nice meeting you guys. Mwah. Bye. Good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon.